Whoever did this was pretty clever.
I guess you could say her last words is that she wanted to see the manager. Or the regional manager.
What's up, you guys? Chet the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with day 176 of my vlogging experience here in the state of Florida. And I just got off. But today, guys, I'm actually gonna get back out and doing a little more vlogging today. Last couple of vlogs have been nothing but on the boat, but I've got a surprise for you guys. A big surprise. But first, I need to get a shower. Although, before I do that, I want to try these dipped pretzels. I mean, I heard somebody talking about them at work, and they look good. I'm curious to try them. That's good. That's really good. Actually, I might actually even sneak these into the movie theater. Maybe let's get like popcorn. Well, now, I'm getting a shower. Okay, done. Alrighty. That felt amazing. Now, let's do this. Dude, I think I'm tripping.
You know it's bad when it gets bad.
Thanks so much for having me. Hey, Murray.
Alright, you guys, now that I am back from the movie, I am going to do my review of The Joker. Now, The Joker has been out for at least about 3 weeks now. It's had some time to air out. Prior to this movie's release, there had been a lot of flack and a lot of negativity surrounding the movie, or better yet, controversy. Now, that controversy being that violence and mental illness, especially mixing up mental illness with violence and embellishing it, which some critics consider that this may cause an uprising of certain groups of people to basically run amok and, yeah. My Coke's empty. And cause a riot. Now, I had that in mind seeing the movie, especially with just reading and seeing what other YouTubers were saying about this. I was very curious to see if it was really that bad. I remember one source saying that some people got up and left the theater because it was so dark. But you guys, in my opinion, I didn't see that. Like, I have to side with the YouTubers that I watched that it wasn't that bad. Now, I will say though, yes, this movie was very polarizing between critics, but the stand that I take is this movie is more than just a comic book film. This movie is a work of art. Joaquin Phoenix did an amazing job bringing the Joker to life. And what started off is just a nobody, Peter Fleck, who is basically an incel living with his mother. His life continues to go more downhill. You get to see through his eyes this descent into madness, which causes him to give birth to the Joker. And it kind of has a mirror image of what's going on in the real world versus the comic book world. I mean, as you see, I think the best way to put it is art often imitates reality, and there are a lot of similarities there. I think one thing that really kind of stuck out to me is the state of Arkham City cutting the funding for Peter's medication, his drugs, to keep him sane. And since he lost that, this begins basically a shitstorm. And I thought it was very interesting that you got to see through the Joker's eyes what was reality versus his delusions. The best way that I can sum up his delusions is that he has schizophrenia. I think that is the best way to sum it up what he has. He has uncontrolled, violent bouts of laughter. But I will say, though, in the film that his mother was crazy. His mother would often say that Thomas Wayne was Peter Fleck's father, when in reality, Peter's mother was actually very abusive, very neglectful, adopted the Joker from the Wayne family. I think the Wayne family are an adoption agency, and you get to see that this woman was legitimately crazy. So, it's a very beautiful film, very dark, a lot of very dark undertones, very, very dark. If you are wanting to see this movie, I hope you have a strong mindset, a strong stomach, and a brain. Like, I know that sounds mean, but due to what I've been seeing from critics, they're looking way, way too far into this movie. It's not as bad as you think it is. I heavily recommend that you see this movie. It is amazing. Having said that, the cinematography is on point. I mean, it is gorgeous. And especially with Peter's delusions and bringing the Joker to life, you get to see both scores of different scenes put together. I mean, it was just an all-around good movie. It was dark, it was very disturbing, but all in all, it was a work of art, and I hope Warner Brothers and the DC Universe continue this DC Dark series, because I want to see more of this. I mean, I legitimately like the Joker, and I would probably see it again. Like, I mean, it had that much of an impact. Joker is very much a movie that will leave you thinking for days after seeing the movie. That's what I feel like. Ever since I left the theater, I have been thinking about it a lot. Like, for a minute there, I apologize for the language, but I had a mind fuck there. I mean, I don't have like that bad of a mental illness, but just for all my viewers, I do have a disability, but not a super bad mental illness. Mine is either ADHD or Asperger's. Because, I don't know, that's a different story for a different day. I'll make a different video on that. But you guys, go see Joker. Be of age, of course, because this movie has a lot of symbolism in it. It's got a lot of mirror images of what's going on in reality in our world, and it really sheds light on how bad mental illness can be. Like, I mean, this, in terms of like hitting mental illness and its effects, this movie takes the cake. It's a 10 out of 10 if you're showing that. And we also get to see how the Joker works. But I can't share any more. I know I've already said several spoilers, but you guys go out and see Joker if you already haven't. It's been about 3 weeks. I know I'm late on this video, but I'm calling it a night. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. that will keep you in the loop on daily content of my life here in the state of Florida. And stay posted, stay tuned, keep in touch with me at Dream Poet at Facebook, as well as my Instagram and the links below. I love you all very much. Y'all have a good night.